bill, and it is a huge win today for Donald Trump and his administration as they look to move on in this term. And this will have a lot of effect on government services here in Arizona. Our state has a lot of green energy investments. The future of those projects are now very much up in the air. Most taxpayers will see a bit of relief next year, but Democrats and Republicans remain deeply divided by this bill and differ over what it means for Arizona.
I've been clear from day one, this budget bill will be devastating for Arizona.
Days before the big, beautiful bill passed, Governor Katie Hobbs warned that the state can't help the most vulnerable Arizonans keep their health care or food on the table on its own.
We don't have the capacity to mitigate the cuts.
Now that the mega spending and tax cut bill is headed to the president, Democratic Congressman Greg Stanton predicts a political backlash.
A lot of these members who are voting yes on this bill, which is going to rip health care away from millions of Americans, they will regret that vote. They're going to regret it because their constituents are going to be hurting.
Politics appears to be driving the timeline. While the tax cuts will take effect this year, the cuts to Medicaid, food stamps, and other social safety net programs won't go into effect until after the 2026 midterm elections.
The reality is this is going to be law, and it's incumbent on Democrats to go out there until the midterms and tell the story of what this is going to do.
In Arizona, Democrats will focus on the estimated 360,000 people who stand to lose Medicaid coverage and the tens of thousands who will see cuts to their food stamps. But Republicans like Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs have downplayed the cuts and focused on the tax breaks and the billions it adds for border and immigration enforcement.
Since President Trump has come in, the borders have become secure. Well, in order to maintain that, you got to build the fences, put the infrastructure in place, make sure your agents and officers have what they need to continue that.
The bill includes $45 billion for more border wall and another $31 billion to hire and train federal agents to carry out immigration enforcement and deportations.
And again, Trump set that July 4th deadline for passing this bill and is expected to sign it tomorrow around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Arizona time. Back over to you guys.
It also includes a big extension of the debt ceiling for the next several years. And that's something that a lot of budget hawks, including people like Congressman Andy Biggs of the East Valley, they've been staunchly opposed to that in years past.
Yeah, and again, we've seen estimates. Again, it raises the debt to the country by about $3 trillion. Andy Biggs has really made a political career campaigning against increasing the debt. You might even say he's been on a crusade against this for a long time. Not only has he been against it, he has called that the increasing debt not only bad for the economy and for the country, but he calls it a national security threat. So it shows you the power of Donald Trump and his influence over this party when he can get people, fiscal hawks like Andy Biggs, to vote for this bill. And this was not the only fiscal hawk. He was able to twist some arms and get them to flip. You had people like Chip Roy from Texas and whatnot, who are, again, very much against this deficit spending. And but again, when it came down to it today, they were in support of the president's big, beautiful bill.
But you said timing's everything.
Yeah.
Tax cuts before the primary, subsidy cuts after. Dennis, thank you.